Arkansas surprised a lot of people in 2020, including myself. They still finished tied at the bottom of the SEC West with Mississippi State, but they won 3 games in the SEC. 3 SEC games for a team that had really struggled to win a game at all in this conference. It was a great year for Arkansas. And again, the record 3-7 is not a great record, but when you look at what could have been, you look at some of those close games, you look at the Auburn game, which really they probably should have won. You look at the LSU game, the Missouri game, they had opportunities to win a lot of these games, which shows you they were competitive. And again, this is a team that is not a bottom feeder in the SEC anymore. They absolutely can compete. Now, can they compete with Alabama? Can they compete with a team like Georgia? Probably not. But this is still a team that is not, again, one of the worst teams, I think, in the SEC. And you look ahead to 2021, could this team be better, or will they drop off a little bit? Losing Felipe Franks will hurt them at that quarterback spot. He actually had a great year, and I think it was really underrated what he did this year. He threw for over 2,000 yards, 68% completion percentage, a 163 QB rating, only 4 interceptions, 17 touchdowns. I think people maybe underrate him a little bit. KJ Jefferson came in late, played pretty well for them, and I think he's going to be the future at that quarterback position. Can obviously run it, a dual threat guy. That's going to be the key for them. KJ Jefferson, if he does wind up winning that starting job, how well does he play? That's going to determine the success of this team, in my opinion. You look at the running back spot, Rakeem Boyd is gone, but he only played 6 games and really didn't play that great. Traylon Smith was the guy for them at running back, ran for 710 yards, 5.3 yards per carry. He's back, and also when you look at this Arkansas team, they are really taking advantage of that free year of eligibility. Seniors returning, a lot of them coming back. TJ Hammonds will be back. Devion Warren, Tyson Morris at wide receiver. Both of those guys will be back. Blake Kern at tight end will be coming back. Myron Cunningham on the offensive line. Ty Clary on the offensive line. These are all seniors. They're going to come back for that extra year. You add in Mike Woods, Trey Knox, Traylon Burks. This is going to be a really talented offense if the quarterback can deliver for them. And again, if that is KJ Jefferson, we'll have to wait and see what he can do. If he is successful, this offense should be really solid, and I think you will definitely see an improvement on that side of the ball for Arkansas. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, they got some seniors coming back there as well. Dorian Gerald on the defensive line, he will be back. Hayden Henry at linebacker, Grant Morgan at linebacker. And when you talk about Grant Morgan and you talk about Bumper Poole, these 2 guys at linebacker, this is one of the better duos at linebacker in the country, and they both will be back this year. Defensive line should be pretty strong. They lose Jonathan Marshall. That's going to be a big blow for them. Also, Xavier Kelly, the transfer that came in from Clemson, he's going to be gone. But the edges, they look really good there. Maybe in the middle of that defensive line, that's where you have some question marks. But Arkansas, front 7 should be pretty strong. On the back end, they did lose some guys to the transfer portal. McClellan at quarterback, he is gone. Micah Smith, Miles Mason at safety, both of those guys will be gone. So these are going to be pretty big losses for them. Monteric Brown at cornerback, he will be back. Hudson Clark, who emerged a freshman last year, really out of nowhere. I think he was even a walk-on maybe. He stepped up, played really well for them. And then you look at the safeties. Joe Faucha will be back. He was really strong for them. Greg Brooks will be back. So overall, when you look at this Arkansas team, almost all of their production is going to be returning. Outside of Felipe Franks, the guys that really were their main contributors, Felipe Franks, and then when you talk about Marshall and Kelly on the defensive line, other than that, pretty much everyone will be back for Arkansas. The offensive line will all be coming back. So this is a team that absolutely should be better in 2021. Absolutely. Now, will the record reflect that? Will their SEC record reflect that? Will they win more than 3 games in the SEC? Is this a team that's going to be better than 3-5? Well, 3-5 really is better than 3-7, so that would still be an improvement. But is this a team that can get to 4-4? Or maybe even 5-3 in the SEC? I still think that's going to be tough. Yes, I think they'll be better, but will they be good enough to challenge the top teams in the SEC? That's going to be the big question mark. And again, I think it comes back to KJ Jefferson at that quarterback spot. That is going to determine how successful this team is. But when you throw in some non-conference games, this is a team that should absolutely make it to a bowl game in 2021. I think they finish the year with a winning record. And again, you're starting to see some improvement with Arkansas. I think 2021, that will continue.